We're riding with public officials on public lands this week on At Your Leisure, as we find out why access is so important to rural counties. I'm Chad Booth. Join Rhea and me as we learn how easy it is to plan a Southern Utah adventure, complete with all the machines you could need.
Then follow me, Zack, as I show you how to enjoy this Christmas season in entirely new ways at different destinations, guaranteed to bring you some Yuletide cheer.
Finally, Joe Davis runs, jumps, and flips his way through the urban landscapes of the West. On the outdoors right now with At Your Leisure.
Well, we got the peeps, we got the machines, and we are ready to ride. Hello everybody, I'm Rhea Rossi Booth from At Your Leisure.
And I'm Chad Booth, and we are at Hog Canyon today, and we are going to do a little bit of fun riding. We're going to find out a little bit about this company.
Yeah, we are out here with some of our good friends from RentUtahToys.com, which are the machines that we have here. We got Cash and Phil. Great guys, call them and get your toys. Fantastic.
And on the other side, we have a couple of commissioners from around the state of Utah. We have Commissioner Brett Milburn from Davis County and Commissioner Rick Carlton from Juab County, an urban and a rural county. And we're going to find out a little bit about how important land access is to everybody in Utah. Anyway, we're going to get out on the trail and we're going to find out a little bit about the area and about these guys.
It's absolute paradise down here. It's a playground for off-roaders. You get every type of terrain within a short period of time, distance. There's something for everybody, from rocks, sand, different types of dirt. It's absolutely amazing. We take a lot of people out that have never seen it, and they absolutely love it. Covered in red dirt. That's one of our trademarks, I think, is we gotta leave a little bit of Southern Utah on you. That red dirt stays with you forever.
Well, RentUtahToys.com is located across from number 1 T at Sand Hollow Resort. So we have about 15 to 20 machines in the stable at any time.
We have an absolute blast. We make memories. We're top-notch safety, and we have an absolute blast. Warner Valley is a pretty excellent area because there's so many different types of terrain right there. You can get into the sand dunes, you can get into the rocks, you can be in dirt. Lots of really awesome stuff down there. We're actually located about 3 minutes from Sand Hollow, so you can get right into the dunes very quickly.
We have a 2-hour, a 3-hour, and a 4-hour tour. The 4-hour tour is about 50 miles total, and we see a lot of different things, but the best part is that you'll get to see Fort Pierce, where the settlers made a fort. You also see some dinosaur tracks, and on the backside of the sand dunes, we've got a little place called the Flintstone House, and then we play in the sand dunes. It's a great time. Highly recommend it. We have a lot of people ask the same thing, and they're afraid if they're going on a guided tour, it's going to be something like in a different country where you go 5 miles an hour down the beach, and that's not the case at all. We like to sort of go the fastest as the slowest person, but as far as experience and expert level, we teach everyone. We have jet skis as well to be used over at Quail Creek or Sand Hollow. Some people even take them to Lake Powell. Everybody that comes out, a lot of them are really nervous at first, and by the end of the trip, they've had a great time, and they're all pretty much experts.
You know, Chad, what I love about this area is everywhere you go, okay, like we are on flat, scenic mountaintops. So it's like the views are over the top, literally.
Well, yeah, on the top. Take a look Take a look at this one right here. We're at what's called the Transmitter Tower Trail, just outside of Kanab. We've come up the canyon, and now we turn out here and we look right down on the city of Kanab. Well, with binoculars, we could find out all kinds of things we're not supposed to.
Hey, don't give anybody any bad ideas.
Anyway,
good ideas.
Anyway, we will continue with our trip down here. We're going to find out a little bit more about land access. Right now, it's time for us to go to our travel adventure.
Hey everyone, I'm Zack, and guess what? It's December! That means the Christmas season is officially here. Yeah, that means family parties, Christmas caroling, shopping. Geez, things can get pretty busy. But that doesn't mean you don't have enough time to try something new. The big question is, what do you do? Where do you go? Well, I've got the answers for you today on our travel adventure. There's something magical about December. the world takes on a crisp, cold beauty as weather patterns change, and it seems even the clouds have a story worth telling. The holiday season is one of tales told around the fire, memories spun from Christmases past. Those experiences can be found at well-known destinations full of light and music, or off the beaten path where the snow drifts deep and the elk bugle at sunrise. That's where we begin our adventure this week. Just south of Logan, Utah, Highway 101 weaves its way through Blacksmith Fork Canyon. After about 10 miles, you come to Hardware Ranch, a destination where Santa Claus himself would go to find replacements if his reindeer ever needed a sick day. Hundreds of elk come down from the mountains in search of food each year, and they find it right here, much to the thrill of children and adults alike.
Well, it's a family destination and you can do it probably as little as an hour, but we certainly invite people to come up and take their time and enjoy the country and the elk.
As the snow deepens, you can take sleigh rides, help feed the animals, and appreciate the wildlife both at the ranch and in the nearby hills. And if you happen to take the drive up here, you'll also be rewarded with far more options for your weekend than you probably realized.
We have 183 miles of groomed snowmobile trail up here and some informal tubing and sledding hills, the visitor center here, and you can go a lot of places from this direction. So it really is a family destination, and I think you make of it what you want for a family day.
Now, if you want to stay closer to the Wasatch Front for your holiday adventures, there are other options that you might not have thought of. Of course, you have Temple Square in downtown Salt Lake, with its impressive lights and Mormon Tabernacle Choir performances. But just south in Provo, you can see light displays and maybe hit a water slide or two while you're at it. Who'd have thought you could find a North Pole adventure at Seven Peaks Water Park?
Best way to describe it, it's a mini Christmas theme park. It has 5 main attractions: the Nutcracker Story Ride, the Lazy River Christmas Cruise. We have the Candy Cane Slopes, you basically sled down a slide. And then we have Santa, and we have the Seven Peaks Express, which is a train ride.
Let's do this! Now let's say slides aren't enough for you, because let's be honest, you can never get enough downhill winter thrills. Another stop will quench your sledding thirst. Along I-80, right before you get to Park City, you'll find a tubing haven that makes walking up a sled hill completely passé. It's Gorgoza Park.
We have 7 tubing lanes, 4 upper lanes and 3 lower lanes. So our upper lanes, about 1,200 feet long. Our lower lanes are a little bit shorter at about 500 feet long. And it just kind of separates the restrictions on height. Smaller ones for smaller kids, taller ones for adults. And I think it gives folks an opportunity to do something different.
All of these adventures you can do in just a few hours. But if you really want to try something unique this year, how about trading your entire house for something a bit more rustic? That's right, I'm talking Christmas Eve in a yurt. East Canyon State Park has an impressive slate of these Mongolian tents.
The yurts are open all year round. So we've got the heat on for the winter time, the showers on for the summer. You can go ice fishing, especially for later on in the winter time. You can launch a snowmobile, take them out on the lake. We have snowmobiling opportunities on Highway 65 from I-80 over to about mile marker 14. And you can also go to the Mormon Flats corridor where we have a trail. It's 4 miles long. You can snowshoe on that trail.
Imagine the presents under the tree, a roaring fire, and the fun that comes with a new experience. This could truly be a Christmas to remember. Now, I know it can be tough, getting trapped in the commercialism, the hustle and bustle of the season, but just remember, that's not what it's about. This is about family. This is about creating memories that will be passed down as tales of Christmases past. And I'm Zack Cipriano for At Your Leisure.
Meet the new leader in off-road utility, the completely reinvented Ranger XP1000. It's got the most power, the largest towing capacity, the highest ground clearance, and the best comfort and storage. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP1000, the hardest working, smoothest riding Ranger ever built.
9 to 5 here is 5 to 9. We earn our scars. We wear our work ethic. We work until the work's done. And when it is, there's a family to raise, a neighbor to check on, a country to feed. A few hours of shut-eye to rest up for tomorrow, the day will finally get something done.
Welcome back, everybody, to At Your Leisure. I'm Rick Peterson, and today I get to go for a ride in the brand new Wolverine X4 from Yamaha. Love this machine. It's a 4-seater in a footprint just barely bigger than a 2-seater. That means it's super agile and a lot of fun. I'm going to take it for a ride.
We're really excited about the new Wolverine X4 because it's a brand new engine, it's a brand new model. In Utah, we like 4-seaters.
The Wolverine is becoming one of my favorite machines if I want to go out with my family or just with 3 of my buddies. It's a great 4-seater with plenty of power with the brand new engine, but the comfort on that thing, and especially the noise level, almost no noise. It is so quiet, never experienced that before on a UTV. Wow, this machine's a lot of fun to ride in. It's also very comfortable. And when it comes to keeping your family safe and secure, they've thought of everything. The high back bolstered seats are super comfortable. Secure doors and side panels to hold you in. You know, and one of the coolest features in the back of this machine is the ability to fold up and move forward the rear seats to create a tremendous amount of cargo space. One of the really unique features of the Wolverine X4 is this automated load leveling suspension, which means when somebody gets in the back of your machine and fills up those back 2 seats, it's going to adjust for that extra weight. And of course, when they get out, it goes right back to the comfort ride for 2. One thing you're really going to notice on this machine is how quiet it is. It's like one of those new electric cars. You can't hear it coming. Part of that is from this amazing muffler system, but throughout the machine, they've done things to reduce the noise. This is so quiet and so comfortable. And when you get inside, you really notice the value of all the effort they put in to make this a quiet machine. You can actually have a conversation while you're going down the road. All your controls are within reach from the steering wheel. You've got your limited differential 4-wheel drive or your full locking differential, your lights, your tilt steering wheel, multi-function LED display, and actually a hand parking brake, which is unique. Love the interior of this machine. And finally, there's a couple of other really great features underneath the hood. Easy to get to, air cleaner is right on top, easy accessibility, heavy-duty battery, toolkit, and this might be my favorite accessory of all, the speed management system. Turn the key, pull it out, let your kid drive, and he can't go over 25 miles an hour. So there you have it, the brand new Wolverine X4. So go down and see the guys at Stedman's and let them help you and your family get into one of these Wolverine X4s for your next family ride. I'm Rick Peterson, and we'll be right back with more At Your Leisure.
This Christmas, give the perfect gift from Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You can enjoy a new Honda snowblower, a Honda 2000 generator. The kids will love a 2018 Polaris Outlaw, a 2018 Honda CRF50, or a 2017 Polaris Ace. And for the ultimate family gift, the climate control Polaris Ranger at Stedman's. You'll find a Christmas gift that will be enjoyed all year long.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Look south to adventure. Look south to beauty. Look south to San Juan County. Out here, the road goes on forever, and what you'll find will change how you see the world. Climb on your OHV and discover forgotten landscapes and vistas that challenge the imagination. From Blanding and Monticello to the cliff faces of Monument Valley, we're open and ready for you to explore. San Juan County, Utah's Canyon Country.
There's a little place
Utah map, where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are about 50 feet from Pure Pucker. It's the beginning of the Mossdale Trail. It's on Hawk Canyon Trail System #1. And you cross the cattle guard and immediately you go like this, up Slick Rock, just immediately.
Yeah, and I think they should rename it that.
What, the Pucker Hill? There are puckerier places in Utah.
Oh, we've been there.
Anyway, we are out here with a couple of county commissioners. It's our privilege to be able to associate with most all of the commissioners in the state of Utah from the different counties. We have a couple of them with us today who are brave enough to actually go out with us, because I know they've both seen the show before.
Oh yeah.
And so
we got a city mouse and we got a country mouse.
We have Commissioner Milburn from Davis County, Commissioner Carlton from Juab County, and they have both been so kind as to join us today. And strangely enough, while their perspectives at home may be different in managing counties, I know they feel the same about public land.
You don't see this in other parts of the world. And so the access is key to the enjoyment of the land.
I think it's a matter of finding balance in things. And there are times and places and reasons to hold restricted access. But as we've experienced today, I guess what I've been quite amazed at is the trails that we've been on. They've been very well marked, their signage, and it looks as though people are respecting that.
We do have families that live in the West Desert, and to close one road is very critical to their livelihood and their recreational prospects out there too. So they are impacted directly, unlike the people who are closing the roads who don't live there. The local people that we work with from the BLM and the federal government are very good to work with. They do the best they can. But those decisions that are ultimately handed down come from some parties that live outside the state, and the people in the state are affected, and it can actually affect them, so they have to move if these roads are closed. And we have been successful in negotiating roads in the federal wilderness area and keeping roads open. So it's critical that those roads be maintained for the safety of the community and safety of those who are traveling in that area.
Get out and enjoy this wonderful state of ours. There is so much to do and so many different things. There's something for everybody in this state. And if you're watching At Your Leisure, you can find all those little nooks and crannies of the state to visit. So get out and enjoy.
Just to make a point of how important this land access is, think about this. Kane County lost 60% of its transportation system out on the monument when they declared it a monument. They shut down 60% of the roads out there, which means that 60% of the areas you could travel to no longer existed. So we've got to stay vigilant about land access.
Absolutely. That's a huge swath of land.
That's true. Think what we'd be missing.
And
Take
the
a look.
I know, it's just such a beautiful place too.
That little ribbon of road they just drove through doesn't affect your land very much.
And now it's time for our Trailhead, brought to you every week by Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
You know, the great people that give you all the gear to enjoy the land out here. Now, we have been doing land-based recreation today for, outdoor adventure. How would you like to do outdoor adventure based on buildings? Check it out.
Concrete and steel, congestion and skyscrapers. Not exactly what you think of when picturing outdoor recreation. Urban environments don't often lend themselves to fresh air exploration and discovery, but the necessity for both remains. Our lives are about more than just work and driving home. But how do you get outside for adventure when there seems to be no adventure available? Well, that's simple. You flip for it. This is Parkour.
Well, parkour is a number of different things really, but you could summarize it as a discipline of moving from point A to point B. I'm sure you guys have seen chase scenes in movies or the videos online. What you're seeing there is thousands of hours of practice. It was originally built out of a fitness discipline into what it is today. An all-inclusive, open discipline where anyone can learn how to do whatever flip, whatever move, whatever run they want possible.
It feels really fun and I feel very light on my feet, like flying through midair.
Well, he was already doing that stuff anyway, so when we started going through Parkour Utah, he learned to do all that stuff safely, which I really appreciated. He's been climbing since he could walk. There was one time when he was 3, we're like, where'd Griffin go? And then we realized he climbed on the roof.
Developed in France in the late 1980s, parkour is all about efficiency. The goal is to traverse complex urban environments in the fastest way possible. You may run, jump, flip, or skid your way through, but in the end, there's no obstacle you can't overcome. As the sport has grown, more and more schools have opened, though unlike most disciplines of its type, parkour's classroom is the great outdoors, where instructors give hands-on demonstrations on how to quickly and safely exploit the perceived confines of one's environment.
One of the things that we do is specify the safety of any move prior to us actually performing the move. All of our practice is done outside in the real world. So we're not using pads in a gym so that, some kid takes it there, manages to do a backflip and decides they can do it on the concrete. We're teaching them where it's real, where they're really going to do it, because we want them to know that they can do it there so that they're not going to have the mistake and get hurt.
It takes a lot of athleticism, but also a lot of creativity, because once you learn the moves, it's up to you how you employ them, how you use them. And when you go somewhere outside, you're looking around at your environment, which is not something a lot of kids do anymore. So I like that it's also kind of training him to be aware of his surroundings.
The benefits of parkour training go well beyond just the awareness aspects of urban youth. Connecting with the outdoors is a key component to our mental well-being. When we're cut off from nature and unable to experience life outside four walls, it's easy to become despondent and withdrawn. Parkour training has given many of these kids their first chance to delve into the outdoor world and the self-assurance to push past their perceived limits.
It grows their self-confidence. Some of them, so Gavin, for example, was so shy. He wouldn't talk to you, wouldn't even look you in the eyes. And now he's, totally engaged, totally there, goofing off with these guys, having a great time. There's fewer things in the world that are going to build a kid up than being able to do a standing backflip.
Even in the West, where outdoor recreation is a way of life, many of us find ourselves trapped between towers of glass and a commuter train. Once you learn to turn your environment into your personal playground, however, suddenly nothing can stop you. Not age, not walls, not the buildings that hedge you in.
Parkour is life. That's what he always tells me. He loves it. He lives for it.
Parkour is life.
If you want to get more physically fit, parkour's for you. If you want to be able to do a standing backflip, parkour's for you. And being able to move and to really truly realize your body's full potential and do it when you're in the outdoors is important. Parkour started in the nature because that's where we started and that's where it is.
Concrete and steel, congestion and skyscrapers, they can't stop you now. From the Trailhead, I'm Joe Davis.
Well, if the normally low prices at Race City aren't enough to make you think about buying a vacation trailer for Christmas, let me give you one more reason. Grandma. Grandma snores. How about her own private guest house right alongside your house? She'll have her privacy, you'll get a good night's sleep. And bonus, next year when you go to Grandma's house, you'll have your own place to stay. Race City RV, Utah's low price leader since 1946.
Welcome to Castle Country, a land as diverse as its people,
and a rural area that relies on responsible use of the land. Here, you will find adventure at every turn. From mountain peaks to sun-swept deserts, Castle Country has it all.
Wow. RentUtahToys.com. Good reminder. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are down here at the base of Hog Canyon. We've had a great time up here today, kind of exploring. And you know, it's kind of fun, Rhea, to be able to show somebody something that they haven't seen before, especially when they're like an outfitter and a tour guide.
I know, it's exhilarating for everybody. But you know what? We got to get back to HQ.
That's true.
But when we do that, we want you to take a look at what we got dead ahead.
Well, the next big event coming our way is December 7th through the 9th in Hurricane, Utah. It's called FuryRode. FuryRode is the ultimate challenge designed for all people and skill levels. Drive your rig over an 80-mile course that tours Sand Hollow State Park while stopping at checkpoints to race against people in your class. Each checkpoint will have a different time challenge, including a rock crawl, rock race course, short sand race course, winch challenges, remote control car challenge, blind driving, and more. Register now at FuryRode.com. It will be a great event. Now, for those of you waiting to see if you're our lucky sticker winner for the week, Steve has that for you right now.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve Human here. Got an AYL sticker on this Jeep. Let's take a look at the license plate number. W292EG. You are the winner of a Camp Chef stove. Give us a call at 801-947-8888. Everybody else, get your AYL stickers and you can win.
Remember to get your AYL stickers at any of our sponsors, and be sure to become a fan on our Facebook page because we do other giveaways on social media as well. Now, let's find out what we have to look forward to next week on AYL. We're lighting the way to charitable giving next week on At Your Leisure as we showcase one event where you can help others and be inspired at the same time. Then Reese Stein finds out what's so shocking about the Provo River and why these fish are being stunned by the results. Lastly, we'll hit the snow with Jordan Waymond. Own the outdoors next week with At Your Leisure.
Looks like we're going to have another great show. 1 week from today, we hope to see you there. And great thanks to commissioners for helping fill out our company. We also want to thank RentUtahToys.com for taking us out today. They're great guides. They've got a great service.
Yeah, these guys
really
are amazing.
Super friendly.
Super, and they're just really knowledgeable about everything. It was just fun. They were a good group.
So if you look real closely, you can see their phone number right behind us.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Here is their website. Oh, it's also in their name. Now you know how to reach them.
All right, so until next time,
Remember, there's adventure around every bend.
you just got to get out there and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. I wonder if they noticed if they'd miss one if we took it
I
home.
think they might.
Sometimes it's good to take a step back. But, you know, maybe you're not content to. 3, 2, 1.